This is the LBC Media Network, and this is Steve's Sporty Balls, featuring sports final and a whole lot more. Presented by the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry von Stuttgart, and tonight, as always, live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson, here's our host. And trust me, he's pretty good at what he does. Here's Steve, the Baxman Baxter. Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this shockingly fun broadcast. I am feeling good today. Would you like to know why? Yes, I like to know why too, because we are 24 minutes away from the official start of the weekend. That's right, Friday. Everybody's gonna have fun on Friday, and then of course the weekend officially begins with Saturday and Sunday. But those of you with a 3-day weekend, feels good, doesn't it? Yes, it is your friend Steve, the Baxman Baxley, feeling pretty darn good as usual. And tonight is no exaggeration. By the way, we stand with the Ukraine. Yes, we do. And we are thinking of you folks out there. And we hope some way that somebody will make enough sense to stop this senseless idiocy. Anyway, you didn't come here for news updates or anything like that. You came here for the one thing you know everybody loves. And that's right. You come to talk sports. You come to have sports. And boy, did we have some breaking news on that. Today, I do not believe literally what happened today to even contemplate un response. But we'll tell you what everything is in just a few moments. Right now, there we go. Now let's hit the button. Hey. Right now, folks, let's toss it around and give you what we got. And we are fully loaded. The NBA All-Star break is over. So let's get to it. Let's get on it. And let's get funky like a monkey. That's right, kids. It's time for a wonderful thing we call our basketball segment. That's right. And our basketball segment, as always, starts off with the NBA. And as soon as I can pop things up here, we'll get on with it. No backlog tonight, though tomorrow may be a bit different. We shall see what the wind blows. What the wind blows in the cradle will rock. When the bell breaks, the cradle shall fall, and down will come baby, cradle und all. Amen. Hey, that ain't bad. Oi, oi, and they even. Kazoof. Now, before we get started, I do want to tell you that next week we're going to continue doing tests as we build our Twitter, not Twitter, as we build our Twitch channel using the Twitch studios. So please be patient with us, because while we're still doing this, our little show on our YouTube page, we will be doing some other shows on our Twitch channel which will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 o'clock tentative time. We may change it, switch it over to 9 p.m. But all that, we still got to test things, um, make sure things work, etc., and so forth and so on. So, with that said, shall we begin the baking? Yes, we shall. Our sports scores are sponsored in part by Caesar Sportsbook. Always remember, we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you think you got a little problem, a little gambling problem, then call the National Problem Gambling Helpline Network at 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700. And with that, thank you. With that, we are underway. Let's take you to the games people play, and let's make it good. That's right. We got two games that are in the third quarter. The first one, 2:14 remaining. Denver Nuggets are leading the Sacramento Kings by a score of 87-82. And our next one, we're early in the third quarter. The Golden State Warriors lead the Portland Trailblazers by a score of 74-61. Let's take some final scores. How's this for a semi-conscious shocker? The Detroit Pistons beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 106-103. Boston Celtics over the Brooklyn Nets 129-106. The Chicago Bulls beat the Atlanta Hawks 112-108. Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Memphis Grizzlies 119-114. And the Phoenix Suns beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 124-104. That is your NBA. And wow. We got some NBA news for you, which we will bring you during our little musical. But right now, we give you the college basketball. Let's go to ladies first. College basketball, that's right. Then after basketball segment, we'll do a cheap plug for Nick Ricada coming up. So here we go, baby, go. Women's college basketball scoreboard. And boy, have we got a lot for you. In about a minute, 18 seconds left before halftime. Number 2 ranked Sanford over Washington State, 25-17. Final scores, top dog, South Carolina, an 89-48 winner over Texas A&M. 4th ranked Louisville over Pittsburgh, 66-55. 6th ranked Michigan over Michigan State, 62-51. 8th ranked LSU over Alabama, 58-50. UCLA over 12th ranked Arizona, 64-46. 14th ranked Notre Dame over Clemson, 77-56. 15th ranked Florida lost to Vanderbilt, 63-59. 16th ranked Tennessee over Mississippi State, 86-64. 17th ranked Ohio State over Penn State. It was a battle of the states. 78-55. How civil of them. 18th ranked North Carolina over Virginia, 68-57. 19th ranked BYU over Santa Clara, 103-66. 21st ranked Iowa over Rutgers, 87-78. In overtime, Florida State beat 22 ranked Georgia Tech, 65-63. 23rd ranked Virginia Tech defeated Miami, 70-63. 24th ranked Florida Gulf Coast hit the bell, beat Liberty 69-61. And 25th ranked Georgia was on Arkansas's mind, and that made Georgia win by 1, 63-62. And there's your scores right there. Let's take you to the men's scores. And then, oh joy, we get to do the G League. That's right. Told you we were back in business after the All-Star break, and we certainly are. All right, let's give you the men's college basketball scores. 11 seconds remaining in the game between 12th ranked UCLA and Oregon. Oregon leads 68-63. Oh, I think that may have just been a final. The end of the second. Thank you, guys. End of second, it is, well, actually, let's call it the end of the game. 23rd ranked St. Mary's beat San Diego 60-46. 6:22 remaining in the opening quarter. Number 2 ranked Arizona over Utah 27-28. 3:29 left to play in the first. 16th ranked USC leads Oregon State 32-27. Let's give you some finals. And that's going to be fun. Oregon beat 12th ranked UCLA 68-63. Top ranked Gonzaga defeated San Francisco 89-73. 22nd ranked Ohio State over 15th ranked Illinois 86-83. 19th ranked Murray State over Belmont 76-43. And that, my friends, is your college basketball loopy loop. Let us now get ready, get set, and go, cat, go. As we get ready, oops, we got to do it. That's right. It's time to go for our final shot of basketball, and that is the G League. That's right, the G League. So right now, let's get to the scores for tonight, next Thursday. Here we go. Stockton Kings over the Agua Caliente Clippers, 119-107. Delaware Blue Coats over the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, 130-108. Grand Rapids Gold over Maine Celtics, 129-118. Long Island Nets over Lakeland Magic, 111-107. Westchester Knicks over the Wisconsin Hoyt, 125-86. And with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, the Birmingham Squadron lead the Santa Cruz Warriors by a score of 106-101. Now we can say that concludes our basketball segment. Now, we go back. I will itch. Yes, I got an itch that needs to be scratched. La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-dee. There we go. Okay, it's time to go from the hardwood to the hard fake synthetic ice. Time. That's right. It's our hockey segment. And once again, everything I do full. So let's get to it. We got 3 games still going on, all of them in the second intermission, like this one. Boston Bruins, Seattle Kraken just entered the second intermission. They are tied at 2. Vancouver Canucks blanking the Calgary Flames 5-0. And still early in the second period, the San Jose Sharks lead the New York Islanders 2-1. Final scores with our 3-star selection presented by Adidas. Yes, 3 stars. The Adidas 3 stars. They are. Well, first, let's give you the final scores. Columbus Blue Jackets over the Florida Panthers 6-3. Lane for Columbus, 1 goal. Berube for Columbus, 99 saves, and Huberdeau for Florida, 1 goal and 1 assist. Toronto Maple Leafs over the Minnesota Wild 3-1. Matthews for Toronto, 2 goals. Mizrak for Toronto, 29 saves, and Goudreau for Minnesota, 1 goal. New Jersey Devils over the Pittsburgh Penguins 6-1. Bratt for New Jersey, 2 goals, 1 assist. Hisshire for New Jersey, 1 goal and 2 assists. And Hughes for New Jersey, 3 assists. New York Rangers over the Washington Capitals 4-1. Lafreniere for the Rangers, 1 goal, 1 assist. Shesterkin for for the Rangers, 36 saves, and Zibanejad for the Rangers, 1 goal, 1 assist. And in a shootout, the Nashville Predators beat the Dallas Stars 2-1. Granlund was so good, no information was given. Saros for Nashville, 27 saves, and Tomasino for Nashville, 1 goal. And folks, that's it for the NHL. But we do have college hockey, at least we hope. That's why we always make sure and check on these things. Boop. All right, we're looking to see if men and women hockey was in focus tonight. Very little. No game scheduled for the guys. How about for the ladies? And yes, in the CHA tournament, Rit beat Lindenwood 6-4. There you go. So the women are done. The men are done. Well, the men didn't have any. There was no college men's hockey, but there was one college women's hockey game, and we have a report on that. So our college segment for our hockey segment is now done. But we do have minor league hockey action to get to, so let us get to it. And we start off first cussing ourselves out because we hit the wrong button on the teleprompter. There we go. Let's start off first with the American Hockey League. And for that, we just hit that thing and hit it good. Hit right. Let's go to the game center. We got the scores coming up. We hope. All right. We got one game to talk about. Texas Stars over the Iowa Wild, 4-1. That's it for the AHL. Let's go to the OHL. The big O, baby. And 4 games on the slate of the Ontario Hockey League for our amusement. Let's go to it. Niagara over North Bay, 6-3. Peterborough over Oshawa, 3-1. We had Mississauga over Barrie, 5-3. And finally, Windsor, the Spitfires over Kitchener, 6-5. There you go, right there. So there went the Ontario Hockey League. Huzzah! And we got about 2 more bumpers here. Southern Professional Hockey League, or as we like to call it, Der Spiel. Let's take you on Der Spiel if you would like. Yes, Der Spiel. Das Wunderkind. Das Husteduscht. All right, let's rock and ride. Only one game in the Spiel. Southern Professional Hockey League. And in overtime, the Vermilion County Bobcats took out the Peoria Rivermen 2-1. Man, we are going to have enough time for probably a live reading the way things are going tonight. But I don't know. So let's just find out, shall we? Okay. All right, we got the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Let's do a little kicker and get a little sticker. Yes, sir, Buddy Bob. All right, let's get to some of the action here. Do we have anything? Nope. The next little event is later tonight. Yeah, we got 3 games on a Friday and 3 games on Saturday, so nothing going on there. So we are sacrosanct, boys and girls. We are la fin of our hockey. That's right. So we go from the hockey to the headlines, and some major headlines. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. How you doing, buddy? How's everything? Hope everything is well. Hope everything is good. You give us a chance to talk with the folks, yes. And I know I've sort of forgot if we had some work to do on the channel, on Twitch, and we're going to have some work to do tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Doing well. I completed my RPG Maker Ms. Game Epic Gamer Quest. Well, hey, all right. Good on you, my friend. Good on you. Good on you. Good on you. And I am going to be doing some more, as I like to call it. Unlike some people, we're on Twitch. We're going to show the people. We're going to do about maybe 30 minutes or an hour. I tweeted it out. It's the pinned tweet. Awesome. I gotta tell people. Yes, we do have Last Call Cafe will have a Twitch channel. It's called L2C, or I think it's called L2C. It might be just called Last Call Cafe, the showgram, and it's going to be a little different, not a lot different than our Spreaker show. We'll be on 3 days: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Friday is going to be randomness, which means we'll talk about anything. Wednesday, we will be talking about pro wrestling. Yep, we will be airing at 10 o'clock, unless we can think of something better. But I think 10 o'clock is going to work. Big hour of power. And you will be able to join us and talk about anything you want. That'll be on our Twitch channel, courtesy of Skype. So just if you want to call us up during our big show, whenever we debut, just hit us up on Skype on the L2C Skype channel. Or on the L2C Skype thing. Just hit that, and you will be able to talk to us when we debut. And I will make sure to let everybody know when we debut. So far, we have built the Twitch channel very good. We have a couple of transitions already made. I may even make a transition for our commercials. There won't be any commercials. Let's see. I'll make a little intro and an outro, and we'll have somebody voice that. And we will also, I don't know if we can do this or not. I'll have to find out if possible. We'll have a little logo on the screen. I don't know if we can do that, but hey, we'll do anything. This is all on the Twitch channel. Here on YouTube, we sort of like the simple form here. I am learning, though, that you can put stuff on. You can have like lower thirds and stuff like that on YouTube Studio. I'm going to find out how. And little by little, we're going to make both of our channels look a bit more professional. Not a lot professional, dear God. Dear God, you know our platform. We're who we are for a reason, because we want to have fun. So there you go. Of course, when we're on the Twitch channel, we do have to adhere to the Twitch code of rules, which means, yeah, that's what I'm using for my YouTube channel, Matt, YouTube Studio. Anywho's, we'll talk more about our Twitch channel and whatever I got to do this when the time and effort hits us. But right now we're concentrating on the Twitch channel, so we can make that perfect. Boom. Well, better yet, I'll just give the thumbs up like this. I'll just do like thumb, and there we go. That's inverted. There you go. There it is. Little perfection. There we go. Little P for Perfection. There you go. So, anyway, let's get on with some headlines as we can. And the big headline is in the world of sports media. Wow. I mean, first, it. I mean, I knew something would happen if Al Michaels said goodbye. Well, of course, Michelle Tafoya, their sideline reporter for Sunday Night Football, said goodbye, and then Al Michaels, uh, his future is either going to be remaining on Sunday Night Football or going to Amazon to do Thursday Night Football. But we never thought it would hit this. And this is somewhat of a stunner. So here we go. I hit the wrong button. There we are. Nope, that's MLB news. We'll take that news in a bit, but right now, let's get to this because once Al Michaels said au revoir and Michelle Tafoya also said bye bye, we knew that there would be musical football broadcast chairs happening, but never quite like this. Michelle Tafoya, of course, sideline reporter for NBC Sports, worked, I do believe, on all three network football, well, four if you count ESPN. But Michelle Tafoya went to NBC, was the sideline reporter for Sunday Night Football. She retired after this year's Super Bowl. But wow, who knew that? And Al Michaels, not giving any hints to his future, but he did sound like this was going to be his last hurrah at NBC. And now the ripple effect has started up the carousel. Troy Aikman, the news last night that Troy Aikman was leaving the Fox booth after 20 plus years of being the Hall of Fame analyst of the America's Game of the Week on the NFL on Fox with his good friend and fellow Hall of Famer, Mr. Joe Buck. Well, the news last night that Troy was going to be signed to ESPN will undoubtedly end up being one of the biggest sports media stories of the year. Now, it's not just that Aikman is leaving after, as we said, over 20 plus years as the top Fox analyst. That was always a possibility this offseason, and he'd long been rumored as a possible target for their announce booth when they take over the Thursday Night Football franchise this season. Had that move come to fruition, though, moving to essentially a startup operation would have been a less seismic shift. But by going to ESPN, however, Aikman has kicked off a massive carousel of football broadcasting excelentes. And that's even before considering that ESPN had a Monday Night Football booth in place that feels likely to now be in chaos. That's not sourced information. It just feels obvious. You don't bring in Troy Aikman on a massive deal if you're not looking for a complete makeover. And this probably isn't a comprehensive list of questions, but this move opens up, and we'll certainly have more on the effects going forward. But for now, here's what we want to know: what happens to the current Monday Night Football crew? Now, ESPN's Monday Night Football booth hasn't truly felt settled since John Gruden departed. Steve Levy continues his play-by-play duties alongside Brian Greasy and Louis Riddick. Levy does solid work, but in his 2 years in the role, he hasn't stood out as a definitive top voice. Putting it another way, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Amazon considered trying to poach Levy to juice up their nascent booth. And besides, Steve Levy is more the voice of college football, NHL hockey, and some college basketball. Now, he's good at what he does. Plus, ESPN and ABC are taking on more games per season as part of their renewed NFL deal. Now, it's possible ESPN looks to keep the current booth intact as sort of a pseudo number two booth arrangement. Currently, that role is occupied on a fill-in basis by ESPN's top college team of Chris Fowler and that Ohio State Buckeye slappy Kurt Herbstreit. But it looks like we're headed for a full Monday Night Football turnover once again. Who does ESPN pair with Aikman? This comes with the other story, the big one that we're looking at now. Are you ready for this? Al Michaels is, of course, a free agent for now. And while Amazon rumors have been loudest for Michaels, he'd also want to work with Aikman. He could still do that. It would just be at ESPN, not on the ABC simulcast. As we saw during the Super Bowl, Michaels can still get the job done well. While bringing unmatchable gravitas to the role, Michaels could still end up at Amazon. But Aikman's move might lead to Amazon having to pay more to put Michaels on Thursdays. Okay, so not Michaels, then who? Well, Andrew Marchand of the New York Post floated one interesting little option, and you know who that is, and that might please some people. Joe Buck. Yes, you heard me. Joe Buck. He has 1 year of his deal remaining, which isn't the same as being a free agent, but it's not insurmountable if he wanted to leave. Buck also calls the World Series and some of the big Major League Baseball games of the week on Fox and FS1. So any exit would create another big hole to fill at Fox, but it's not impossible. Now, what do these changes mean for the fun-loving Manning cast? Absolutely nothing. Now, who replaces Aikman? Now, assuming Joe Buck stays at Fox and doesn't bounce over to either Amazon or ESPN, and let's face it, if he gets ESPN, that's going to put things on a different kettle of fish. It still leaves an opening for a new number one analyst. Greg Olson is the obvious candidate, having spent this past season in the booth with Kevin Burkhardt and doing very good work aside from sitting on the occasional cough button. Marchand also floated a second possibility, making a run at Drew Brees, who currently calls Notre Dame football for NBC while doing studio work for the network Sunday Night Football, pre-show Football Night in America. Now, it feels more likely that Fox will keep it in-house, unlike NBC and ESPN. Fox and CBS have a deeper roster of NFL broadcast talent to choose from. Brees has also not been the surefire Collinsworth usurper many pegged him to be upon his retirement, though that speculation was at the peak of Romomania. There is one external candidate who could be too attractive a target to pass up, but he's also part of the speculation for the next question. What does Amazon do now? Until yesterday, it seemed like if Aikman was going to leave, it was probably for Amazon to work with Al Michaels. Amazon probably figured that too, and now there's a chance that they miss out on both of their top targets. Considering their desire to bring in big-name broadcasting talent to help establish legitimacy as they take over Thursday night, this is big. This is a bit of a blow, especially if Michaels follows Aikman to ESPN, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Al Michaels goes to Amazon, if he hasn't already, but we'll find that out. There's still possibilities out there, of course, and one name that keeps popping up in broadcast rumors, Super Bowl champion, Rams coach Sean McVay. There's no question that bringing the coach of the defending Super Bowl champion head coach until Booth would draw massive interest, and McVay's age and background at the forefront of the modern NFL offense makes him very appealing. But he's never worked in broadcasting. There's also the fact that he'd now have to step away from a possible Super Bowl dynasty chase with a loaded roster and a solid veteran quarterback in the place. Even Matthew Stafford. I have to set that in for the Lions fans. You know me. Now, there's also another head coach of the NFL who's actually retired this offseason, Sean Payton. He makes sense at Fox, but it feels more like the splashy name that could appeal to Amazon. They're going to be more motivated, and they got the deeper pockets. Thank you very much. Whoever owns Amazon, thank you. To try and add someone with name recognition and even more gravitas. Amazon is in the toughest situation to gauge because we just don't know yet what their philosophy is. But they got the money. Thank you, Jeff Bezos. Be a player. Now, what about the Brady factors and Tom Brady? Well, Brady's name has come up because, of course, it's Tom Brady. But at this point, it's hard to imagine he's a real candidate anywhere from the outside. If Brady wanted to spend Sundays or Thursdays or Monday in an NFL stadium, he'd probably still be playing. Money talks and BS walks, we all know that. But Brady has plenty of that already. If he signals that he wants in anywhere except Detroit, though he could probably name his price. Now, that's just preliminary roundup. It's really hard to overstate just how much impact Aikman's move has on the world of sports broadcasting and especially NFL football. There are going to be many ripple effects to monitor that could even have an impact on prime properties of other sports. In the coming weeks and months, this is indeed going to be very interesting to follow, and follow we shall. Yes. All righty, kiddles. I know you want to talk baseball, but there is no baseball to talk about. But we do have, well, one thing, and this has a little caveat to it. And we'll explain the caveat to you in a few monumental moments. Let's just get this. Yesterday, we told you how about Sinclair Broadcasting revealing details of their new direct-to-consumer streaming product. That included the revelation that a fifth MLB team was on board. During an earnings call on Wednesday, Sinclair CEO Chris Ripley discussed the launch of the company's upcoming Bally Sports direct-to-consumers app. In the call, Ripley said that Sinclair expects the app to soft launch in the first half of 2022 with access to 5 MLB teams whose digital rights Sinclair owns. Now, at the time, it wasn't clear who that fifth team was, as only 4 teams were known to have signed on. Now, thanks to a report from Sportico's Anthony Krupe, we know who that team is. It is the Tampa Bay Rays. That's right. While Ripley did not identify the MLB team in question, regional sports network sources pegged the Tampa Bay Rays as the latest Bally Sports partner to sign off on the direct-to-consumer offering. The Rays join a roster of early adopters that include the Kansas City Royals, Milwaukee Brewers, Miami Marlins, and Detroit Tigers. Now, in terms of local TV ratings, the Rays are in the middle of the pack, averaging around 47,000 viewers per game on Bally Sports Sun. The timing of the Braves renewal was particularly fortuitous, given that Sinclair's carriage deal with Spectrum is set to expire before the end of March. With 98.9% coverage in Hillsborough County, of which Tampa is the county seat, Spectrum is by far the dominant cable operator in the home market. If the two sides can't come to an agreement and Sun goes dark, Rays fans will still be able to catch all the action via the new direct-to-consumer service, provided baseball actually gets played this spring. You see, we got that little bugaboo. We're in a lockout. Not a lockdown, but a lockout. All this, of course, presumes that an MLB season will be played this year. At this point in the process, betting on a complete cancellation would seem foolish, but it does feel like a reduction in game inventory is likely coming. Still, assuming things do eventually resume, expect Sinclair to use these 5 markets as a soft launch test. Um, and here in the comments, following his comments about the soft launch, Ripley said that Sinclair expects to roll out the rest of the RSNs in the second half of 2022, which would put it out of reach for the remainder of the 2021-2022 NBA and NHL seasons and in target for the start of the 22-23 seasons. Sinclair struck deals with the NBA and NHL teams on its networks for their digital rights in recent months, and at the time, it was thought to have made sense to focus on getting the service live for the start of their next seasons rather than for the final month or so of their current seasons. Now, there's still no news on pricing yet, which shouldn't be a surprise, but once there is, we'll let you know. Now, Sinclair is pinning a lot of their hopes and a lot of cash on this product, and it remains to be seen whether they can pull it off. Having an actual season would be a big help to them, especially considering their financing relies on a decent amount of debt. And with the pandemic sort of screwing them up on the, shall we say, the debut year of Bally Sports, fill in the blank, their sports group, their Diamond Sports Group subsidiary, need some luck, or they will probably find themselves hitting chapter 11. And I don't mean chapter 11 of a book. I mean chapter 11 of bankruptcy, and probably Sinclair, with a little bit of Byron Allen money, they may say, hey, first the pandemic and now a lockout. We got to do something. We might put up the RSNs for sale. So stand by. That is going to be something to look at as well. All righty, let's keep going on our sports news. Then we got our international scores. So here we go. Go, go, go. Yeah. All righty. Let's go to soccer for a moment. And let's go to a big story that we continue to follow, though privately. And it involves the UEFA Champions League. That's right. The 2022 Champions League final is set to be moved from St. Petersburg. UEFA has called an extraordinary meeting of its executive committee for today to discuss the deepening crisis between Russia and the Ukraine, which is now gone from crisis to all-out war and an invasion. European football's governing body is set to move the final of this season's Champions League on May 28th, which was originally due to take place in St. Petersburg's Kratovsky Stadium after Russia stepped up its campaign against its neighbor, Ukraine, with a full-scale military attack in the early hours of Thursday morning. Missiles have reportedly landed close to several major Ukrainian cities, including the capital, Kyiv, prompting further outcry from the international community. The U.S. is among those nations who have confirmed that it will issue sanctions and has done so, albeit there will be slaps on the wrist, against Russia, the Vladimir Putin regime, and his allies, and the oligarchy. The details of America's package was announced on Thursday. In such circumstances, it is inevitable that the venue of European football showpiece match will move. The UEFA president, UEFA issued a statement, quote, following the evolution of the situation between Russia and Ukraine in the last 24 hours, the UEFA president has decided to call an extraordinary meeting of the executive committee for Friday, 25th February at 10 at 10 o'clock CET, which I do believe is I don't know what CET is, and 8 Central Time. So we'll just say 10 o'clock their time. In order to evaluate the situation and take all necessary decisions, said a statement, further communication will be made after the meeting of the UEFA Executive Committee. Furthermore, UEFA issued a statement to condemn the Russian military invasion and to extend solidarity to residents of the Ukraine. Now, CBS Sports, which is airing some UEFA Champions League games, not only on their streaming service, Paramount Plus, but also on the CBS television network, confirmed that UEFA is drawing up contingency plans for alternate venues, though a specific replacement may not be selected until later in the Champions League tournament when it becomes clearer which countries will potentially be involved in the final. London has been intimated as a possible host city, and West Ham's 60,000 capacity home stadium has intimated it would be interested in holding the final, which has involved 5 English teams in the last 4 years. Wembley Stadium and Tottenham Hotspur Stadium are both currently in use the day of the final. Now, the Champions League final is not the only matter to be addressed. Questions have also been raised about UEFA's involvement with Gazprom, the majority state-owned energy company that has sponsored the Champions League since 2012. Adverts for the company have been a staple of match broadcast ever since. The deal is reported to be $45 million a year. Politicians in the European Parliament have called for that association to end, saying in an open letter, quote, "We call on you to stop considering St. Petersburg and other Russian cities as venues for international football competitions, or in our country, soccer competitions, and to choose as a first and very urgent step an alternative venue for the Champions League final on May 28th, 2022. In addition, we appeal to you to convene a special meeting of the UEFA Executive Committee to terminate cooperation with Gazprom as a UEFA sponsor and to consider sanctions against individual Russian officials who are complicit in the violation of international law." German club Schalke 04 said it will remove Gazprom as its jersey sponsor. In footballing terms, Russia are due to host Poland in a World Cup qualifier on March 24th. If they won that match, they would also play at home to the winner of the match between Sweden and the Czech Republic. The football associations of all 3 countries say they will not travel to Russia. A joint statement said, "Based on the current alarming development in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, including the security situation, the Football Association of Poland, Sweden, and Czech Republic expressed their firm position that the playoff matches to qualify for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, scheduled for the 24th and 29th of March, should not be played in the territory of the Russian Federation." The signatories to this appeal do not consider traveling to Russia and playing soccer matches there. The military escalation that we are observing entails serious consequences and considerably lower safety for our national football teams and official delegations. Therefore, we expect FIFA and UEFA to react immediately and to present alternative solutions regarding places where these approaching playoff matches could be played. Now, FIFA issued a statement of its own later on Thursday confirming that decisions on the status of the qualifier will be taken in due course. Speaking after a meeting of the FIFA Council, President Gianni Infantino expressed his hope that the conflict would be solved ahead of the matches in 1 month's time. Now, the situation that we have all discovered this morning is obviously very tragic and very worrying, and we have a duty to look at this matter seriously to analyze it. We received this letter just shortly before the meeting, and we will look at it as a matter of urgency. The country's involvement in this summer's Women's European Championship and Men's Nations League fixtures will also be up for discussion. Real Betis played Russian side Zenit St. Petersburg in a Europa League knockout stage game on Thursday. Zenit and Spartak Moscow, who will be in the hat for the Europa League last 16, are the last remaining Russian representatives in European competition this season. No Ukrainian sides qualified for the latter stages of UEFA's three competitions. Ukraine's domestic league was due to resume this weekend but has been suspended in light of the conflict. And it goes on from there. So, folks, this conflict is, continuing to go and get screwy in St. Louis. Okay, let's just pop that out of the way. And right now we're going to go from that to, speaking of soccer, let's give you some soccer scores from around the world. It's our world of sport. World of sport, world of sports. In the Premier League, Arsenal beat Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-1. And in the Europa League, in the round of 32, Dynamo Zagreb beat Seville 1-0, but Seville won with aggregate 2-3. Well, I don't know. Why do we give these things out? Europa League had some games. If you want to check them out, if your knowledge of soccer permits, feel free. Europa Conference. No, let's not do that because I get confused. But we got to do something. So we might as well just do it. All right. Europa League, round of 32. Dynamo Zagreb beat Seville 1-0. Lazio and Porto tied at 2. Atalanta 3. Olympiacos 0. Leipzig 3. Real Sociedad 1. Barcelona 4. Napoli 2. Borussia Dortmund and Rangers tied at 2. Real Betis and Zenit St. Pete tied at 0, but they won on aggregate. Wait a minute, let's start that over. Okay, now I gave Dynamo Zagreb beating Sevilla 1-0, but Sevilla won on aggregate 3-2. Lazio and Porto tied at 2, but Porto won on aggregate 4-3. Atalanta defeated Olympiacos 3-0, and they beat them on aggregate 5-1. Leipzig over Real Sociedad 3-1. Leipzig also won an aggregate 5-3. Barcelona 4, Napoli 2, but an aggregate Barcelona 5, Napoli 3. Borussia Dortmund and Rangers tied at 2, but Rangers beat Borussia Dortmund in aggregate 6-4. Real Betis and Zenit St. Pete, scoreless game, but in aggregate, whatever that is, Real Betis won by 1, 3-2 over Zenit St. Pete. Sporting Braga defeated Sheriff Tiraspol 2-0, but in aggregate, they tied at 2, but Sporting Braga won 3-2 on penalties. In women's international friendlies, Colombia and Argentina tied at 0, and in the She Believes Cup, USA beat Iceland 5-0. There we go, folks. And we are closing in on our final segment. And I don't know about you, but boy, am I glad. Got about 7 minutes left, which means we got 7 minutes to give you all the final little nuggets of scordom. And, wow, I think we're done over here. Let's get to the basketball. In the EuroLeague in basketball, it was Anadolu Efes over Maccabi Tel Aviv, 109-77. Zalgiris Kaunas over Real Madrid, 68-47. Olympiacos over Olimpia Milano, no relation to that other Milano from Who's the Boss. I keep forgetting her name. Uh, it's not Andrea Milano. It's not Alberta Milano. Um, Ashley Milano? No, not Ashley Milano. Who was in Who's the Boss? She was also in Charmed, I do believe. Um, Annie? Angela? Oh boy. If I do the joke without knowing the first person, the name of the name of the actress, Andrea Milano? No. Alyssa Milano. There it is. Alyssa Milano. Thank you. Olympia Milano, no relation to the actress Alyssa Milano. Olympia Coast beat Olympia Milano 67-58. Alba Berlin over Leon Villebon 82-80. Let's get you some updates on the action in the NBA. In the 10th minute of the fourth quarter, Golden State Warriors out in front of the Portland Trailblazers, 124-91. In the World Cup qualification first round, Mexico beat Cuba 82-72, and the U.S. beat Puerto Rico 93-76. In the Australasia World Cup qualification first round, obviously basketball, New Zealand beat India 101-46. Pakistan defeated Iran 73-69. Syria over Bahrain 80-64. Saudi Arabia over Indonesia 95-66. Jordan over Lebanon 74-63. In Europe's World Cup qualification, Georgia beat North Macedonia 91-70. Russia beat Netherlands 82-69. Bulgaria over the Czech Republic 79-70. Montenegro over Hungary 83-67. France over Portugal 94-56. Lithuania over Bosnia-Herzegovina 78-77. Spain over Ukraine 88-74. And after overtime, Iceland over Italy by a deuce 107-105. Let's update you on the scores for the NHL. In the 19th minute of the third period, Boston Bruins, Seattle Kraken, they're still tied at 2. And in the 14th minute of their third period, the Vancouver Canucks are whipping the Calgary Flames like a rented mule, 7-0. And in a little break time, San Jose Sharks and the New York Islanders are tied at 3. Meanwhile, in Swedish hockey, Linköping's over Brynäs 2-0. Malmo over Djurgårdens 3-1. Skellefteå over Farjad 5-1. Luleå over Årbro 5-3. Rogel over Leksands 5-4. Frölunda over Timrå 3-2. And Växjö over Oskarshamn 3-2. And I gotta tell you, we did it. Amazing what you can do with an hour. We got 2 minutes to wrap it up. And I want to thank everybody for joining us, for watching us. We didn't think we could get it all in our hour of power, but we sure as hell did. And we will be back tomorrow or later tonight. Yeah, we'll be back Friday at 11:35 p.m. Eastern with another little bit of fun and entertainment for you here on Steve's Sporty Balls. But for now, for Harry Von Stuttgart and our entire crew here at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson, the Fred McLeod Sports Desk, I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. For every one of us involved in this broadcast, thank you for tuning in and making it an even better broadcast than it should be. And we thank you and we love you all very much. And from all of us here, as I've already said now twice, going 3 times, I say to thee, I say to ye, have a great night on the West Coast. Have a fantastic morning on the East Coast. And for everybody else, let there be peace. And always remember, keep your sporty balls strong, proud, and as always, keep them clean and keep them. What is it we always say? Keep your sporty balls clean and classy, America and the world. It's been fun. We'll see you Friday night at 11:35 p.m. with more of Steve's Sporty Balls. Until then, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and the fun folks at L2C Sports. Thank you, Matt. And thank you, everybody. It's been a ball. It's been a thrill. It's been an honor. It's been a festival. And we'll have it more tomorrow, 11:35 Eastern Time. Till then, good night, everybody. Mwah. Keep them sporty balls good.